Welcome back to our channel Commerce Easy Notes. Today we are going to discuss about the topic distribution of goods and services. It is also known as delivering value. It is also a continuation video of pricing. After pricing, we are distributing the goods to the customers. Let's see what is physical distribution. Physical distribution is the process of carrying goods and services from the producers or the manufacturers to the final customers. Physical distribution ensures availability of goods and services at the right time and at the right place to the right customers. Next is the definition of physical distribution. According to WG Standard, physical distribution involves the management of the physical flow of products and establishment and operation of flow system. That means physical distribution carries goods and services to the customers. Next is the objectives and importance of physical distribution. Physical distribution helps to minimize the distribution cost and inventory level. That means they are carrying a large amount of goods to the producers, so it helps to minimize the distribution cost. And next one is it helps to fill the gap between the producer and the consumer. Third one is it provides a time and place utility to goods and consumer satisfaction. It provides time and place utility to goods and also provides consumer satisfaction. The last one is physical distribution increases profit margins and sales of a company. So these are the objectives and importance of physical distribution. Next is channel of distribution. What is channel of distribution? Channel means the path. So the channel of distribution means the path through which the goods and services flow from producer to consumer, and also it is known as marketing channel. Next is the definition of channel of distribution. A distribution channel consists of the set of people and firms involved in the transfer of a title to a product as the product moves from producer to ultimate consumer or business user. So the channel of distribution means it consists of set of people or firms which involved in carrying goods and services to the ultimate consumer. Next is the functions of marketing channels. So a channel of distribution helps the movement of goods and services from the producers to the consumer. So the functions are gathering of information. The channel members collect information about the customers, competitors and other forces in marketing environment that they want to distribute their products. Second one is promotion. A company develops and distribute product information to the prospective customers and induce them to purchase their products. Third one is contacting. The search for and come into contact with potential customers, then only the company can reach the customers with their products. Next is placing of orders. Placing of orders means the consumers place order for goods with the manufacturer. That means creating demand. Fifth one is merchandising. Merchandising means the manufacturer match the products with the requirements of the customers. That means they try to fulfill the expectations of the customer. Sixth one is introducing more products. They assist in introducing more products or new products in the market after identifying the taste and preference of the customers. Next is financing. The manufacturers provides advances and deposits to customers, sometimes provides advances and deposits to the producers, and they extend credit to the retailers and consumers. Next is risk bearing. While distributing goods and services to the ultimate consumers, they are bearing a lots of risk. Next is physical distribution. Physical distribution means they also take in part, or the customers also take in part, the physical distribution of the products. Next is negotiating. Negotiating means a type of bargaining. Consumers and the producers negotiate and try to reach an agreement on price and other terms of sale. Next is salesmanship and after sales service. The customers are induced and influenced by the products only the manufacturers are giving after sales service. Last one is sales forecasting. The manufacturer collects customer feedbacks and helps in sales forecasting. So these are the functions of marketing channels. Next is channel levels. We all know that channel is the path where the producers and the consumers are connected. So channel level means the producer want to connect with the customers. So several intermediaries are in between the producers and customers. So they are divided into 4 levels. First one is zero level, second one is first level, third one is second level, and the fourth one is third level. Let's see what is zero level. Zero level, also known as direct marketing. That means in zero level marketing, there is no intermediaries are included. There is only manufacturer and consumers. The manufacturer sells directly to the final consumers. Examples are door to door sales, mail order business, telemarketing, etc. are examples of zero level. Second one is first level. In first level, there is only one intermediary called the retailer. So the producer or the manufacturer sells the product first to the retailer, and from the retailer the consumer buys the product. So this is first level. Third one is a second level. In this channel there is two intermediaries. First one wholesaler and the second one is a retailer. The manufacturer sells goods to the wholesaler first, and the wholesaler to retailer, and the consumer buys the product from the retailers. The fourth one is the third level. This channel consists of three intermediaries such as wholesaler, jobber, and retailer. Wholesaler buy goods from the manufacturer and sells it to the jobber, and the jobber sells it to the retailer, and the consumer buys it from the retailer. So these are the channel levels of distribution. Next one is factors influencing the channel selection. There are 4 factors influencing the selection of a channel. First one is market characteristics, second one is product characteristics, third one is company characteristics, the last one is middleman's characteristics. In that, first one is market consideration or market characteristics. In market characteristics, there are 5 factors. In that, first one is consumer or industrial market, or we can say that the nature of the market. The nature of the market is an important market consideration. A long channel is used in the case of consumer market, and a short channel is used for industrial market. Second one is number of potential customers. If the number of customers is large, the service of middlemen are used. If the number of potential customers is small, direct selling can be used. Third one is size of order. If the order is big, direct selling is suitable. On the other hand, the size of order is small, a long channel with several middlemen is used. Next is buying habits of customers. Channel selection is influenced by the buying habits of the customers. Time spent on shopping, size of average sale, etc. are to be considered. The last one is geographical concentration of market. Direct selling or a shorter channel is suitable if the customers are concentrated in few areas. If the customers are spread over a large geographical area, a long channel is to be used. This is product considerations or product characteristics. In that, first one is unit value. If the value of a product is high, we prefer direct channel. And second, if the value of the unit is low, we prefer longer channels. Second one is perishability. Perishability means the type of products that we are distributing. If perishable products such as milk, egg, etc. are distributed through short channel, and non-perishable products are sold through longer channels. Third one is standardization or standardized products. Standardized products with popular brand image can be distributed through longer channels, and non-standardized products can be sold directly to the customers. Next is technical nature. Technical nature means highly technical products that are distributed through direct channels. Salesmen must employed to explain the technical aspects of a product, and simple mechanical products are distributed through longer channels. And last one is bulk and weight. Bulky and heavy goods are distributed directly to the customers, and in case of lightweight and small sized goods, it is distributed through longer channels. So these are the factors affecting product consideration. Next one is company consideration or company characteristics. In that, first one is volume of production. Volume of production means a firm producing goods in large quantities, they may sell goods directly to the customers. If the firm sells small quantities, it finds more suitable to distribute them through middlemen. Second one is financial resources. A financially strong company can have its own distribution system. Next is experienced and competent management. If a producer has experience and capability in distribution, he will preferably distribute products directly. Next is desire for control of channels or control of channel. A producer who wants to control over the distribution of his goods. If a producer who wants to good control over the distribution of his goods and services, he prefer shorter channel. The shorter channel enables the producer to have a better control. So these are company characteristics. And the last one is middleman consideration or middleman characteristics. In that, first one is availability of desired middleman. Channel selection depends on the availability of middlemen to distribute their goods and services. The producer has to locate middlemen interested to deal with these products. Second one is type of middleman. Type of middleman and the services rendered by them is another factor in the selection of the channel. Middlemen provide several services like standardization, grading, packing, etc. Next is sales potential. Sales potential means that the volume which the channel can generate is another determining factor. The producer will select the channel which offers the greatest sales potential. Next is channel competition. When we are selecting a channel, it depends upon the competition in the distribution system. Producers may compete with each other to use the services of same wholesalers or retailers. Next is cost of the channel. Another factor to be considered is the cost of engaging different distribution channels. If middlemen are charging high cost, they may be eliminated and the channel may be shortened. So these are middlemen considerations. Next topic is intensity of distribution. After selecting the distribution channels, we have to decide the number of middlemen to be employed in a distribution channel. So the strategies are divided into three: intensive distribution, selective distribution, and third one is exclusive distribution. In that, first one is intensive distribution. Intensive distribution means selling the goods and services through as many outlets as possible by the producer. It aims at market coverage and maximizing the sales. Intensive distribution is adopted by producers only for convenient goods. The convenient goods such as soap, toothpaste, soft drinks, etc. Next one is selective distribution. Selective distribution means they are selling goods and services through a few selected middlemen only. It aims at increasing the prestige of the product and increasing the prestige of the producer. It provides adequate market coverage with less cost than intensive distribution. Third one is exclusive distribution. Exclusive distribution means the right to sell the products exclusively in a specified area to a particular dealer only. It increases the product image and ensures greater amount of market control. While practicing exclusive distribution, the producer can control the market by a great extent. So this is about distribution. Thanks for watching.